Hey guys, SirVern back here, and today I'm reviewing Knack for the PS4 via the PS5. So I always review the same 5 categories: graphics, performance, gameplay slash story, replayability, and then fun factor. Give them a score of 1 to 10 and then average them up. So this time I played completely co-op. As you can see, you'll see 2 different characters in a lot of these screenshots with my wife. So I played we streamed some too, so you'll see my image at the top. But anyway, we both gave it a score from 1 to 10 in each category, and then we averaged them up. So you'll get 2 different ratings. See, me and my wife standing on the cliffs admiring the view. Anyway, we'll start with graphics. So graphics are pretty good, especially for a title that's this old. Launch title for the PS4. It actually has 2 different like a fidelity mode and then a performance mode. I'm assuming they updated it when the PS4 Pro came out. So we played it, the PS5 is more than capable of playing it at the highest resolution at 60 frames a second. So we normally would do fidelity and it still ran in 60 frames a second. But anyway, it turned out to be quite a good looking game, especially for one, like I said, it's that many years old. A lot of the textures are good, character models look good, so I gave graphics an 8. My wife gave it a 7. So it's interesting to get her take on this. I filled out my ratings first and then asked her. So next category is performance. Didn't really have any issues other than there was a few like shadow issues. I don't know if you'll catch it on here, but every once in a while you would see like a texture incorrectly pop in, and I'm assuming it's because it's a back compat game. It was few and far between, but it would happen from time to time. So I knocked it a few points for that. So I gave it an 8 for performance, but that's really the only issue I ran into. My wife gave it a 9 for performance. So gameplay slash story. I had fun with this game. It was fun, especially playing it with the wife all the way through. She's able to play this. She's not really able to turn a camera yet. She's getting better at that, but this is a perfect game for her to play because it's a fixed camera, and it's a lot of enemies to fight through. The story's pretty neat and keeps you engaged. I mean, you remember the characters' names and why you're fighting each guy or in each arena. So everything, it's a concise story and it's entertaining and the gameplay's fun. So I gave it an 8. I'm sorry, yes, I gave it an 8, and she gave it a 9 for gameplay slash story. So the next category is going to be replayability. I'm always rather harsh on this category. I never give it like unless it's going to be a strategy game that I can play over and over for years, that would be an ideal 10, where there's a bunch of different ways to play the game, beat the game. Kind of like a sandbox RTS tower defense. That's a game that'll get a 10 out of 10 for me. Now, to pursue a platinum on this would take probably 2 or 3 playthroughs, so I give it a 7. She gives it a 10. So she absolutely loved this game. Cutest thing ever. I came home from class the other day looking for her, couldn't find her. She was up here playing Knack, so that was really, really cute. And needless to say, she gave it a 10. Replayability. She absolutely loved this game. And I did too. I enjoyed it, and I wouldn't mind going through playing it again. But we are on the way to play Knack 2 pretty soon. So anyway, fun factor, last category. Had a lot of fun with this game, especially playing with the wife. You can play the entire game co-op, which is really, really neat. There's not a whole lot of games out there that you can do that. And the only reason I knocked it off a few points is because I'm usually the silver character right here, and she was Knack. I'll let her be the main character. The second player, the powers aren't as strong for them, and then like the camera is basically just following the main Knack. So you're just kind of an afterthought. Like right here, if she ran off, it would make I'm just stuck. So it'll just spawn me back with her eventually. So that's why I knocked it off a few points. So I gave it an 8 for fun factor, and she gave it a 10. So I'll go over the categories one more time. We have graphics. I gave an 8. She gave a 7. Performance. I gave an 8. She gave a 9. Gameplay / story, I give it 8, she gives a 9. Replayability, I gave it a 7, she gave it a 10. And fun factor, I gave it an 8, she gave it a 10. I give it a score of 7.8 out of 10, and she gives it a 9 out of 10. And some notes I wrote about it: it's fun with the wife, she is able to play, so that was really neat. And then the last boss made me mad. More like this. Oh, this, I didn't know. I was like, I don't remember writing this. Okay, so this is what she writes. The last boss made me mad. Make more games like this so I can play. I was like, I don't remember writing that. So that's really cute. The last boss was pretty tough, which was, I think it was a good challenge. It took us a few different tries to get through it, but we made it. We both enjoyed the game. I do recommend it. It is an old game now, and super cheap. I think at one point it was even offered on PlayStation Plus as a included game, so maybe you redeemed it back in the day. So check your library. If you got it, check it out. SirVern out.